There's a bug in my food. I can't eat this.
I am so sorry for the unpleasant experience. You're fired. Sharing internal store information without permission is against the rules of employment.
What? That's wrongful termination. I only posted it to protect the other customers. What's all the commotion?
Public security investigators, genius scientists, white hat hackers, industrial spies. These professions you only see in stories actually exist, with people secretly carrying out their missions. Welcome. The person next to you could be a private detective, or a customer in my shop could be a famous VTuber. You can't judge what role a person plays in society just by their appearance. And just like their jobs, you can't really tell what a person's personality is like just by looking at them either.
The coffee was delicious. I'll be back again.
Thank you for coming. We look forward to seeing you again. My name's Kanado Nogi. I'm a 30-year-old man who runs a gallery cafe called Tsukikage, tucked away in a corner of the city. It's a calm space where people can enjoy a peaceful time and our specialty coffee. But we don't get a ton of customers. We're just barely in the black. There's a long story behind why I started running this cafe almost like a hobby, but that's all in the past.
She comes here a lot, doesn't she?
The person who spoke to me after I saw the girl off was Yukina Urasa. She's 28 and works as an office lady for a sporting goods company. Yeah, I'm real grateful. I don't advertise much, so we mostly rely on our regulars. Yukina, were you at the gym again today?
That's right. Today's workout was 3 sets of 8 bench presses, 3 sets of 10 squats, and 3 sets of 5 deadlifts.
That's incredible. You're probably in much better shape than I am.
It's just become a routine for me. I might even be able to lift you up soon, Kanato.
I think I'll pass.
By the way, did you find a part-timer yet?
Well, I've been asking around my friends, but no luck so far. I was actually looking for a part-time worker right now. The thing is, I'm gonna be away from the shop more often for some personal business, so I need someone to fill in for me. It's not like I need someone right this second, but my sister is waiting for me. I'm in a bit of a bind.
I wish I could help, but it's hard for me to just quit my job.
Don't worry about it. Just the thought is enough to make me happy, so please, don't mind me. Still, if possible, I'd like to hire someone who knows the cafe. Maybe I'll put up a help wanted sign next.
That might be a good idea. If one of your regulars applied, that would be perfect.
Wishing for the impossible won't get me anywhere. None of my friends were available, so I decided to put up a sign. And then...
I'd like to apply for the part-time job. I have a lot of free periods at university right now, so I think I can take on a lot of shifts.
A few days later, one of our regulars eagerly approached me. Wow, really? It would be a huge help if you could work here. Please, let's set up an interview. If she, a regular customer, was really willing to work here, it was a dream come true. Later, through the interview and her resume, I learned her name was Anzu Sakata. She's a third-year literature student at a nearby university. I decided to hire her.
Here's your lunch set A and a blend coffee. Will that be all for your order? Thank you, yes.
Anzu already knew our cafe well, so she absorbed everything I taught her in a flash and became an immediate asset. With her here, it looked like the cafe would run smoothly, even when I was away. However, about a month after I hired her, as we were closing up for the day and were alone,
Manager, I've had a crush on you for the longest time. Please, will you go out with me?
a sudden confession from her. Not that I hadn't noticed anything. Her affection for me had become more obvious since she started working here, so this was it. She probably applied for the job partly for this reason. I'm sorry. I know you're a really great person, but I can't do that.
Why not? I'm trying so hard. What am I lacking?
It's not about what you're lacking. I can see how hard you're working. I'm truly grateful you joined our team. But I can't return your feelings. The truth is, I'm already engaged to someone.
No way. You mean you have a fiancé?
Yes, that's why I can't be with you. I'm sorry.
I understand.
Her body trembled with frustration before she left. I could see tears glistening in her eyes, and a wave of guilt washed over me. I never thought it would come to this. She's probably so embarrassed she'll quit the job now. The next day, as I was preparing to open, already thinking about how to find the next part-timer, I assumed she would quit.
Good morning. I'm ready for work today.
Huh? Oh, right. Good to have you here. She came to work as if nothing had changed. It seemed she wasn't the type to irresponsibly ditch her job just because a guy rejected her. I was worried she might not even call to say she was quitting. I'm glad she's so responsible. She must have been through a lot of inner turmoil, but she showed up on time. I was impressed by her sincerity. She acted so normal, as if yesterday never happened, that I was the one who felt more awkward. I was worried, but it looks like everything's fine. After that, Anzu went about her work as usual, without any hint of the awkwardness from the day before, and then went home. But I had no idea this would lead to a major incident. A few days after I turned down Anzu's confession, she came rushing to me in the kitchen.
Manager, a customer is calling for you.
What? What's wrong? Her unusual urgency made me head to the main floor, where I saw...
There's a bug in my food. I can't eat this.
I am so sorry for the unpleasant experience. I'll remake it right away and bring you a new one. I couldn't make excuses or say it was a mistake. I bowed my head deeply. Meanwhile...
Serves you right. Huh. This is what you get for turning me down with a lame excuse like having a fiancé.
I didn't notice her smirking at me from the side. A bug in the food? It's been a while since that happened. Finding a bug in a dish is unacceptable. When I brought the plate back to the kitchen, I couldn't help but feel down. We had a bug incident when I first opened the cafe, and since then, I'd always check the food meticulously before serving it. Well, I can't just stand here feeling sorry for myself. I managed to pull myself together and get through the day, but just before closing, I found something unexpected. Your shop is getting blasted on social media. Are you okay? The next day, a message from a friend revealed something terrible. What? I quickly checked social media, and sure enough, yesterday's bug incident was being maliciously exposed. It said things like, he thinks he can get away with a little bit and looks down on customers, and I suggested he take measures, but he wouldn't listen. It was full of things that never happened. The post had about 10,000 impressions, which was a huge blow to the cafe. After that, I was about to use certain methods to investigate the account, but the culprit was found surprisingly quickly.
Manager, did you see it? You must be in a tough spot now that I've hit you where it hurts, right?
I didn't want to suspect you without proof, but it really was you. That's right. The culprit was Anzu. She revealed herself to me, perhaps wanting me to know it was her doing. It seems her affection had turned to hatred after that day. It's true there was a bug, but everything else is a lie, isn't it? You're fired. Sharing internal store information without permission is against the rules of employment.
What? That's wrongful termination. I only posted it to protect the other customers. Did you know? People who expose wrongdoing to protect customers are legally protected.
Listen, you're trying to act like you've done nothing wrong, but we have all the... Just as I was about to tell her the truth she was trying to deny, someone spoke up.
What's all the commotion?
Sis, sorry, I'm a little busy right now. The person who came in, ringing the bell on the door, it was Kaoru Nogi, my sister, who's 2 years older than me. I had plans to talk with her at the cafe today, but this wasn't the time. I was about to explain the situation when...
Are you the manager's older sister? Then you have to hear this. You see, your brother tried to cover up the fact that there was a bug in the food. And when I reached out for help, he said I was fired. Manager, I tried talking to him so many times, but he wouldn't listen. So I did it to protect the customers. This is completely unfair, right? This is wrongful termination.
It's true there was a bug. She calls it whistleblowing, but she just posted it on social media, and the context was exaggerated.
Oh, I see. In that case, your dismissal is perfectly justified. What? Why?
She looked at my sister in shock, completely convinced she was in the right. My sister then continued to speak calmly and rationally.
It's true that reporting something like a bug in a restaurant is a legitimate act, and the whistleblower has a right to be protected. But the Whistleblower Protection Act only protects you when you report it to the proper authorities, like the Public Health Department. Really? By the way, leaking information on social media is not considered public interest whistleblowing. So you can't expect protection from any official agency, and of course no one will listen to you if you claim your firing was unfair. But the bug was real. Are you telling me to just ignore such an unsanitary fact? Disclosing store troubles externally without permission is likely a violation of the rules of employment at any establishment, right?
Yeah.
So Kanato can fire you for violating the rules of employment. On top of that, if this social media post clearly disrupts business or causes a drop in sales, we can also sue you for damages for defamation and fraudulent obstruction of business. No way! And how do you know all this complicated stuff anyway? I've never even heard of that public interest whistle thingy or fraudulent obstruct whatever before. Oh? That's because I'm a prosecutor. I've indicted countless criminals for defamation and fraudulent obstruction of business. What?
That's right. My sister, Kaoru Nogi, is actually a top-notch prosecutor, working at the public prosecutor's office. In other words, she's a pro when it comes to the law.
Well, I'm sure Kanato knew all this without me having to say it. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir. What happened to that sharp tongue you had when you were arguing with me? What do you mean, sharp tongue? You didn't know? He may look like this, but Kanato used to be a lawyer, and a brilliant one at that. It was a shame he quit. A lawyer? No way!
I wasn't exactly hiding it. but as my sister said, I used to be a lawyer. Before opening this cafe, I stood in a court countless times, clashing with opponents in heated debates.
This case involves a premeditated and extremely malicious act by the defendant, motivated by their own financial difficulties.
The defendant deeply regrets their actions and has already apologized and compensated the victim. My sister, who prosecuted criminal cases, and me, who defended the accused, for us, renowned as top legal minds, our greatest adversary was always each other. The way we siblings would argue without any mercy had become something of a quiet legend in the legal world. Well, it wasn't just that. I also stood in court in a different capacity. For a certain reason, I quit being a lawyer when I was 27. After that, I started running this cafe.
No way! I can't believe you used to be a lawyer!
By the way, I was with a firm, and thanks to that, my annual income was over 10 million yen. I also invested properly, so I have plenty of savings. So, I'm not struggling for money, which is why I could run this cafe while just barely staying in the black.
If I had known you were a lawyer,
It's not about whether your opponent is a lawyer or not.
Exactly. The damage on social media is done, so you'd be better off accepting the termination and settling this out of court. You don't want to go to trial over wrongful termination and damages, do you?
My sister's words made Anzu's face twist in an expression I'd seen countless times before.
No way! The bug in the food was real! I'll go to the Labor Standards Office in the Health Department. You're just saying that because you're scared I'll report you, aren't you?
Did you keep working here even after I rejected you just to get revenge? But now that you've shown your true colors, there's no chance of turning this around. In that case, accepting your termination is the best way to protect yourself. So why can't you accept being fired?
That's because it's your fault for rejecting me. I've loved you for so long, manager.
I told you I have a fiancé.
You were so young, but you ran this stylish cafe. I really admired you for that.
I tried to tell her again, but she cut me off, launching into her own story as if she didn't want to hear it.
I started coming here all the time because I fell in love with you. I thought, I wish I had a boyfriend like him. I see. Then why would you do something to cause trouble for someone like that? Because you lied to me. You don't have a fiancé, do you? I came to the cafe to help with sales, even just a little. I offered to work part-time to help you, manager. I thought you'd surely see how hard I was trying, but you didn't accept my confession. And you even hurt me by lying about having a fiancé. This is betrayal. I've devoted myself to you all this time, so I'll apologize on social media and admit the bug story was false, so please reconsider.
I never imagined her feelings were this twisted, but even so, my answer remains the same. Ugh, I can't believe how you can justify your own actions like that. You're putting it all on me, but that's not the only thing you did, is it?
Huh?
My sister's arrival interrupted me earlier, but you staged this whole bug incident yourself, didn't you?
What? This is a false accusation. You can't say that without proof. That's not right, manager. You should take that back before you tarnish your reputation as a lawyer.
Every time I serve a dish, I always check to make sure there are no hairs or anything in it. We've had issues with bugs and hair in the past. As a vow to never let it happen again, I have never once neglected prevention and inspection. Therefore, it's impossible for a bug to be in such a clearly visible spot before I serve the food. And before closing on the day of the incident, I found a small, unfamiliar Ziploc bag in the corner of the shop while cleaning.
That could it be?
Yes, on the day of the incident, I found a plastic bag on the kitchen floor and collected it. It's more than enough evidence. We don't use bags like this here, and there were black fragments inside. It probably contained the bug. After you planted the bug, you tried to put the bag in your pocket but got careless and dropped it. Am I wrong? Looking for a bug inside the cafe would be suspicious. So it's natural to assume you brought the bug in from outside. I don't plan to go that far, but if we examine the bag, we'll surely find that it contained a bug and that your fingerprints are on it. It's almost certain that you staged the whole thing. If you don't want to be sued, I suggest you stop making excuses. As I calmly laid out the logic, Anzu's face turned pale. Then...
I thought the bag was gone! I can't believe the manager found it! Wait, do lawyers figure stuff like that out? Lawyers are supposed to defend the accused, not play detective. It's true that lawyers don't have investigative powers like prosecutors do. But actually, Kanato is about to be appointed as a special prosecutor. A special prosecutor? A prosecutor appointed through an exceptional process due to past achievements. That's a special prosecutor. Until now, Kanato has acted as a court-appointed designated attorney, uncovering the hidden crimes of defendants who were not indicated. In other words, he stood in court not just as a lawyer, but as a prosecutor as well. His accomplishments have been highly regarded by the public prosecutor's office, and they've been trying to recruit him as a special prosecutor for a long time. So, proving a culprit's guilt is Kanato's specialty. You probably thought you could trap him because he was just a cafe manager, but you picked the wrong guy. It was tough scouting Kanato since he didn't want to return to the courtroom. I came here today to discuss that, but I never expected this to happen. But I'm relieved to see that Kanato's skills haven't dulled. So does that mean you were looking for a part-timer because...
I need someone to look after the shop while I'm working as a special prosecutor. The whole reason I quit being a lawyer was because I got sick of defending obviously guilty people like you.
Please, I'll never do it again! Reconsider, manager!
I told you before I'm engaged.
But that was just a lie to get rid of me, right?
I hadn't told her who my fiancé was, but if she wouldn't believe me, I had to tell her. No, it's true. I don't wear an engagement ring to keep it private. But you know that woman who's a regular here, right? She's my fiancée. We've been together for 2 years, so there's absolutely no chance I'd ever say yes to you. Please, give up. I started dating Yukina, who's a regular customer, after we connected at the cafe. The reason we act as just manager and customer at the shop is to avoid bringing our personal relationship into the business. I decided to become a special prosecutor for her. I have enough savings, but now that we finally decided to get married, I feel bad relying solely on her income. I was tired of being a defense lawyer and didn't want to stand in court anymore. But for Yukina's happiness, I can do my best. That's why I decided to accept my sister's offer, which I had been refusing for so long.
No! That woman was the manager's fiancé?
Anzu's face was painted with despair. The fact that there was never any room for her to begin with seemed to be a huge shock. She'll give up now, just when I thought the matter was settled.
Hello? What's going on here? Should I leave?
Anzu shot a sharp glare at the bewildered Yukina. Then, in a flash, She lunged at her, shouting,
This is all your fault!
"Yukina!"
Yukina!
Sensing the danger, we instinctively reached out to stop Anzu. But Anzu's fury was so intense that we couldn't reach her in time. Our shouts were in vain as Anzu's ruthless hand reached for Yukina.
Hi-ya! Ah!
Yukina grabbed Anzu's hand, instantly ducked under, and executed a perfect shoulder throw. Anzu was sent flying, and she landed on the floor, her eyes spinning in surprise.
Oh, I'm sorry. She was wide open. It was just a reflex. Are you okay? Wait, why did she attack me? Does this mean I'm going to be arrested?
It's okay. It was self-defense.
Yeah, and also your girlfriend is terrifyingly strong.
Despite being the one who resolved the situation, Yukina was the most confused, unable to grasp what had happened. Relieved that Yukina wasn't hurt, my sister and I assured the flustered her that it was, with our professional seal of approval, self-defense. After a while, Anzu came to her senses and immediately bolted from the cafe. Terrified by Yukina's incredible strength, Anzu stopped coming to work, even before I could officially fire her. I ended up mailing her the termination notice.
I loved him so much! I had no one but the manager! How could he betray me like this?
Anzu continued to lament on social media, but by then, other users had already learned that her public accusations were unjust. As people realized that her posts were full of exaggerations, the public's anger gradually turned towards Anzu. As for me, I properly sued her, and she ended up paying over 1 million yen in damages. It turns out that Yukina, who defended herself with an instantaneous shoulder throw, is a 6th Dan judo master. This is the highest rank she can achieve at her age.
If anything happens, we'll have to have Yukina protect you. Your arms are probably all flabby, aren't they?
Don't say that, sis. I've been trying to work out too. Wait, no, that's not...
You don't have to be shy. I'll just have to be your knight in shining armor, Kanato.
Yukina. It was just bad luck for Anzu that she tried to attack someone like her. A few months later, Yukina wrapped things up at her old job and started working at the cafe. She knew Tsukikage well, so she learned the ropes in no time and was soon able to run the shop by herself.
The social media incident was a blow, but I'm glad the customers are coming back, aren't you?
Yeah. Thanks to Yukina, I was finally able to accept the appointment as a special prosecutor. My sister welcomed me as an ally, the very person she used to face in court, and Yukina rejoices every time I uncover a new truth. We've started living together, and our steps towards marriage are going smoothly.
I can't believe the man I fell in love with is a special prosecutor. It's like a dream.
And I never would have guessed that you were so strong when you first came to the cafe. But don't worry, even if I can't sweep you off your feet, I promise, I'll make you happy, Yukina. You can't judge a person's profession or personality by their looks. The person right next to you might have an unexpected job or a skill you'd never imagine.
Sorry, okay? He likes me better.
You're boring, you know. Blame yourself. Hayase-san, be my girlfriend.
Huh? It got later than I thought.
Her soft hair, tousled with bedhead, fluttered in the wind as she jogged, cutting through the refreshing morning air. She wasn't holding a piece of toast in her mouth, but the sight was straight out of a shoujo manga. Just earlier, she had been giving directions to some overseas travelers. She was the kind of kind-hearted person who couldn't ignore someone in need. Onlookers thought she might bump into someone at the corner, and then...
Ah! I'm so sorry. Are you hurt, Executive Director?
Good morning, Hayase-san. It's dangerous to rush like that.
My apologies.
She had suddenly fallen into my arms, and though I warned her, I couldn't help but smile. I'm fine. Are you unhurt too, Hayase-san?
Yes. Thank you for catching me, Executive Director Fujikawa.
She's dazzling today as well. Hayase Natsu, a modest yet charming 27-year-old whose smile could even turn bedhead into cuteness. She was a general clerk at a medium-sized trading firm, Nanyo Shoji, and I am Fujikawa Kosuke, 36, an executive director there. You've got some bedhead, you know, Hayase-san.
My apologies. Showing you such an unsightly look.
If only I could say that's what makes you cute. Yes, I secretly had feelings for her. I was 32, she was 25, an executive director and a general clerk. But that wasn't the real problem. Good morning, Executive Director Fujikawa. Good morning, Nishikura-kun. Natsu, again causing trouble for the Executive Director? And you've even got bedhead.
I've got no excuse.
This was Nishikura Tsutomu, exchanging familiar words and gazes with Hayase. He was in the overseas sales department, handling food, boasting one of the top records. Truly, the ace of sales, age 32. Hayase's peer and her boyfriend, the main reason I kept my feelings hidden, or so I thought.
Sorry, okay? He likes me better.
The smug woman was Kurosawa Manaka, Hayase's peer, working as a generalist. You're boring, you know. Blame yourself.
No, why? Tsutomu, that's so cruel.
Why? Lately, even if I asked you out, you just said work, work. Huh, you've become such a boring woman. Why try so hard at work when you're dating the ace of sales? It seemed that after she turned him down last night, Nishikura spent the night at a hotel with Kurosawa instead. If she were happy, I had no intent to interfere. Hiding my feelings should have been easy. Hayase-san, you have an executive interview today. I'm your assigned executive, so please come to my office afterward.
Yes, understood.
Saying that, I turned away without looking at them.
I'll return to work. Thank you for everything until now, Nishikura-san.
Hayase bowed deeply to the man who had just been her boyfriend and the woman who took him. Perhaps because this reaction was unexpected, Nishikura's eyes widened as he cursed. Even now you talk about work? Mocking me, huh?
Hey, Tsutomu, was there ever an executive interview scheduled?
She must have just messed something up. Nishikura glared at Hayase's retreating figure, sulking like a spoiled child.
Well, yeah. That girl being called in by executives. About that level, right?
Kurosawa once again wore her smug grin, slipping her arm smoothly around the sulking man's arm.
Executive Director Fujikawa, about that executive interview.
She had chased after me as I left. Her voice made me stop. When I turned, I met her eyes. Her expression was a mix of worry and relief, tinged with melancholy. Will there really be an interview?
There isn't, right?
Correct, there isn't. You look like you were about to cry, so I wanted to give you an option.
that?
With insults hurled right at her, she had probably frozen in place, unable to accept reality. If she wanted to argue back, fine. If she wanted to cling, fine. But if she wanted to flee, I simply offered her an escape. I could have taken her hand and pulled her away, but I thought it should be her choice. Rather than forcing my judgment, I thought it better to honor what her heart chose in that moment.
So that's what it was. You're amazing, Executive Director.
Perhaps her shoulders loosened. She muttered weakly, half to herself.
I'm sorry for exposing such drama at work. Thank you for saving me, Executive Director Fujikawa.
No, I acted on my own. Even at a time like this, not forgetting courtesy and giving thanks, that was surely part of her charm. I've witnessed quite the scene. Executive interview, was it? The one who had witnessed everything was Samekawa Hayato, president of Nanyo Shoji. Forgive me, it just slipped out. You were trying to protect her, weren't you? That's so like you. It seemed to strike his funny bone. He chuckled all the way until we reached the president's office.
My name is Hayase Natsu. I graduated from junior college, so I applied as a clerical hire. But someday I hope to transfer to a generalist role.
That was when she spoke, eyes shining with dreams, at the first peer gathering after joining the company.
Huh. You don't know? A junior college grad becoming a generalist at a trading company. Total pipe dream. You're not even at the starting line, poor thing.
There had been about 4 in our peer group. Kurosawa and Nishikura had graduate degrees. Another man, now retired after a career change, had graduated from a 4-year university. Ayase, the youngest, with only a junior college degree, had been dismissed like that by Kurosawa. Sorry to call you in suddenly, Hayase-san. The next day, just after the official work hours ended, I had summoned Hayase to the executive office.
Not at all. I wanted to speak with you too, Executive Director.
Really?
Yes. I wanted to properly thank you for yesterday. Please, will you accept this?
What's this?
I made it after I got home yesterday. Executive Director Fujikawa, you like sweets, don't you?
Yes, I'm a dyed-in-the-wool sweet tooth. I could practically live on desserts alone all day without a problem. Who told you?
No, actually. When I was buried, I happened to see you a few times enjoying the famous pudding from the dessert shop, Executive Director.
Buried? Did I mishear when I was in trouble? Right. I didn't notice I was being watched.
Of course you wouldn't think I was buried in the flower bed nearby. I'm sorry for basically peeking.
I didn't mishear.
It can't compare to a famous shop's sweets. I also thought about your health and was particular about the sugar I used. But if you're not comfortable with homemade, please don't feel obliged.
On the very day she was cheated on, when it would have been natural to weep and shut herself in, she spent her time for me, who merely tossed her a lifeline, and she even worried about my health. There's no need to hesitate. I can't hold it in anymore. Every cell in my body tingles, urging me on. Hayase-san, be my girlfriend.
Huh?
Hayase blinked wide-eyed, probably unable to process my words right away. The next moment, her cheeks flushed crimson and she began to fluster.
Executive Director, what are you saying? If you're trying to be considerate of my broken heart, I'm okay.
I've liked you for a long time. Enough that I can't just leave you single.
A person as lofty as the Executive Director likes me? This is a dream. And also, this is the first time I've heard you say ore. No, calm down, Hayase. He's kind, so he's only being considerate. That must be it.
I could tell she was wavering, so I added the clincher. I won't use my position to force you, but if you don't mind, we can try it out. I'm not saying this out of pity for your heartbreak. If you don't trust that, let me show you from here on. From then on, my days of telling her how I felt began. Good morning, Hayase-san. I came to pick you up.
Executive Director, good morning! You came all the way to my place to pick me up?
Yeah, also, when it's just the two of us, I'd like you to call me by my name.
It wasn't a dream?
Is this about mixed enough?
Yes! When you lifted, the peaks hold, so that's good.
Got it. What should I do next?
Hearing you talk casually right by my ear, I can't handle it. I'm not used to it yet.
I told you, when it's just us, use my name.
That's not the point. Tsutomu, tonight too, okay? There's a place I want to try.
Meanwhile, ever since that day, rumors spread that Kurosawa and Nishikura were flirting in the office. As if on purpose, they showed it off loud enough for Hayase to hear. Clueless to the cold stares around them, the two airheads carried on. Of course, Manaka. Wherever you want, I'll take you. Hayase-san, can you take a break?
Yeah! Executive Director, good work!
Good work. Sorry, did I startle you? Your face goes red so fast. You're so straightforward and cute.
Executive Director, I got it already!
You did? I'm glad. With a quiet chuckle in my throat, my gaze warned those two. Then I headed to lunch with Hayase as she rose. I heard a new high-end French place open nearby.
I brought a homemade bento.
Did you? I like that modest side of you. You never angle for expensive spots.
Is that a compliment? What was that? Why would Executive Director Fujikawa pick that woman?
Coworkers who had worried about Hayase buzzed with delight, while Kurosawa ground her molars.
So the rumor was true. I heard they even came from the station together this morning. I heard the Executive Director confessed. He always liked her, but it kept it quiet because she was taken. So the story goes. The Executive Director? No way. I'm jealous of Hayase-san. The Executive Director's been smiling more lately. He's even more handsome. I bet it's thanks to her. She's got a cute smile and works so hard. They suit each other.
Unable to forgive the two who hurt Hayase with cheating and theft, coworkers deliberately spoke a bit loudly on purpose. I've heard, Kosuke. Word is you've changed. The gossip-loving ladies chatter every day. Beside me, Samekawa Hayato clinked his glass and laughed, watching my recent moves with interest. Heh. When, 2 years ago, the iron-walled you admitted your feelings for Hayase, I was truly shocked. Nostalgic. For a woman to catch the eye of the man who racked up achievements as CEO in South America at a young age, she must be remarkable. Well, not quite on my wife's level, of course. He joked with a boyish charm that belied his 40 years. Please don't tease me, President. More importantly, about that matter.
Oh, good work, Executive Director Fujikawa.
About 2 weeks after I confessed to Hayase, Kurosawa addressed me with a deliberately sweet smile and higher than usual pitch. Good work. Do you need something from me?
I just saw you and wanted to say hello. But if you're free, might we talk a bit?
Her hand inched toward my arm, the intent plain as day. Get close, and any man will be pleased. It's not admirable to try to touch a superior without permission.
Sorry. You're just so dashing. I did it unconsciously. How embarrassing of me.
What's embarrassing is that clumsy act.
What? I was only worried you were being deceived. That woman, Hayase, after her boyfriend dumped her, she ran crying to you, didn't she? Because you're kind, you couldn't just leave her, isn't that right?
No, she became single, so I confessed. I'm the one who wants her.
No way. That that woman, junior college grad, claiming she'll aim for a generalist role, and everyone cheering her on like it's real. Surely you know it's reckless. In trading companies, junior college grads almost never get placed as generalists. Reality, right?
Indeed, she wasn't wrong. In Sogo Shosha, assigning a junior college grad to a generalist track is extremely rare. Though the world has been shifting to prize ability over pedigree in recent years, trading houses still maintain strong academic filters. The bigger the company, the stronger the tendency, and our firm, a mid-tier player edging toward the majors, is one of them.
A woman like that could never be a match for someone who became an executive so young. Please wake up.
It's true that at our firm there is, as yet, no precedent for a junior college graduate serving in a generalist role. But every phenomenon gets its first precedent when someone accomplishes it.
Then, are you saying that woman could be the first to do it?
Who knows? More importantly, Kurosawa-san, referring to her as that woman is unacceptable. Watch your mouth when you speak about my girlfriend. Even if you come on to me, my feelings won't change. Just then, I spotted Hayase a little ways off, and my heart brightened at once. Natsu, on break now?
Oh wait, Executive Director! I told you not to call me that at work.
Sorry. Guess it's become a habit. So, how's your bedhead? It's still sticking up, you know. I let out a quiet chuckle in my throat, and she scolded me. Your way of talking turned scarlet. I had to fight the urge to stroke her cheek right then. Kurosawa vanished from my awareness in an instant, and I headed straight to Hayase.
What? Girlfriend? So the rumor was true. And the way he called her Natsu. And that executive director who speaks politely to everyone, using casual speech?
She stood rooted to the spot, trembling, crushed by defeat.
You were in the middle of a conversation. Was it okay to leave?
Yeah, didn't seem like anything important.
I can't stand that girl dating a better man than me. In that case, I'll show her the difference in class through work.
About a month later, the emergency board meeting was taut with tension. A problem has arisen in our Chile copper mine project. Seeing the packets of the latest information handed out by President's secretary and wife, Samekawa Hiro, the directors couldn't hide their agitation. As in the materials, additional investment justified by environmental regulations and a request to revise contract terms due to rising labor costs at the mining company. On-site negotiations will be entrusted to you, Executive Director Fujikawa. Use your South America experience to the fullest. Understood. So, we'll form an ad hoc response team with the International Resources Department. I'll command on site, so please take your positions and cooperate.
Yes. The executive director himself leading on site. This is my chance. If I'm selected for the team and contribute here, the executive director will choose me.
She tried to approach me many times over the month, desperate to win me over. She clearly hadn't given up. And this time, Kurosawa must have been certain she'd be chosen. However... Lastly, from Section 2, Hayase-san.
What? Me?
The final member selected was Hayase, the only pick from clerical staff.
Please wait a second. Why? Why her? Don't tell me you chose her even knowing she'd be useless just because you're dating her.
Do you truly think I would take on this critical task for such a reason?
But it's absurd. How can she be chosen when I'm not? She's clerical. I'm superior in every way. I can't accept this.
Does she feel no shame loudly declaring she looks down on Hayase? She doesn't realize she's only tanking her own evaluation. I have a justified reason to select Hayase-san.
There is no such reason.
You have no idea how much effort Hayase-san has put in, or how capable she is, do you? She has language skills that work locally in Chile. English, Chinese, and Spanish.
Hayase-san is properly mastered up to business conversation. That was before I became an executive. My third year at the company, the Samekawa conglomerate appointed me CEO for South America, and I was stationed there. Day after day of large projects on site, copper mines, lithium development, agricultural imports. With overlapping cases, the interpreting department was short-staffed. I'll have to rely on Japan. Right before talks with the local government, I urgently requested materials from HQ in Japan. These materials? Who on earth did this? I was stunned by how quickly HQ returned the documents. Even mining-specific terminology that standard translation software struggles with was decoded accurately. I heard HQ's translation team had been swamped for years. This is impressive. Using that data, negotiations concluded successfully, later becoming a contract that generated massive profit.
Don't tell me. Hayase-san did that translation?
I was surprised too. While I was away from Japan, someone highly capable had joined, and it made my eyes widen. I was in South America the year she joined. After I returned and was appointed executive director, I watched her work with my own eyes, and I understood. She's certainly a junior college grad. Even so, she's smart. She's equipped herself to compete by striving single-mindedly toward her goal.
Executive Director Fujikawa?
Hayase-san, with the interpreting team maxed out, we need your strength on the team. Will you do it?
Yes! I'll give it my all! No way. She gets picked and I don't? That can't be.
After that, Hayase worked with me on the local negotiations. Thanks to the team's coordination, the matter was settled with a successful agreement.
Whew! It was tough, but I'm glad it worked out.
Once the hectic days eased a bit, Hayase let out a breath, her cheeks softening.
Dad, did you see me?
The evening sky, its gentle colors felt like the embrace of the father she'd lost.
And at first I thought Executive Director Fujikawa was just being considerate. But now...
Natsu? It was Nishikura Tsutomu. He looked more worn than before.
What is it, Nishikura-san? Please let go!
Don't say that. Hear me out. I really can't do without you. With Banaka, I was never serious. She kept inviting me, so it was just supposed to be a fling. I've learned my lesson. You're modest, a good woman, unlike her, always begging for luxury things.
There's no way I could suddenly like you again now, is there?
Don't say that. I get it right. The executive director threatened you and forced himself on you, didn't he? That's why you've been working like mad. He made you date him.
Don't badmouth the executive director. He's not like that. And how many times have I told you? For my late father's sake, I absolutely want to work as a generalist. That's why I'm doing my utmost.
Yes, the reason she clung to becoming a generalist was a certain promise she'd made with her late father.
Natsu, I'm sorry. Because your dad was so useless, I couldn't send you to a 4-year university.
The year she entered high school, Natsu's father fell ill and became unable to work properly.
That's not true. You raised me all by yourself to this point. The reason I wanted to work at a trading company that does overseas business is thanks to you taking me abroad so many times when I was little. With my own strength, I'll definitely make my dream come true. You always told me I could do it, didn't you? So don't blame yourself. I will never give up. I'll work in a trading company like you, so please don't worry.
She wanted to be involved in overseas business at a trading company like the father she loved, who worked at one. That's why she clung to a generalist role.
That reaction. So you really never paid it any mind. When we first met, you said you supported me.
No, I mean, maybe we talked about that, but I'm recognized as the ace of the sales department, you know. It bored me that you kept trying to push on without relying on me. You don't have to work that hard. I'd support you.
What is that supposed to mean? I'm not here to be kept by someone. Don't belittle me.
Say what you want, but now you're dating an executive. Or is that it? You're cozying up to an exec, planning to sleep your way into a generalist appointment? Huh, that must be it. There's no way you and the executive director are dating purely. What leaks through his words is an inferiority complex toward me, someone above him.
That's not it! The executive director and I aren't like that.
How rude. This is true love.
When I spoke from behind, Nishikura visibly jolted, his shoulders jumping as he went pale in an instant. Executive Director, you were here.
Yes, I was thinking you could take this one back.
Huh?
When he turned, there was Kurosawa Manaka, livid at the situation of him rejecting her and begging Natsu to take him back.
Manaka? No, this is...
Excuses are pointless. I heard everything.
Nishikura-kun, this is a problem. You need to treat your girlfriend properly. As you can see, I'm not so idle that I can deal every day with ambushes and pointless advances. In fact, just a moment ago, she was pressing me to go on a date with her just once. One more thing. I loathe people who lack real effort or ability, yet were merely fortunate, and overrate themselves while squawking about it. I looked at them as if to say, I mean you two, and they finally quieted down. I'm the one who fell for Natsu's way of life, and for her. She's not someone who leeches off titles. Remember that well. Shall we go, Natsu? As she moved close, supporting Natsu's shoulder and starting to walk, she apologized to me, then looked back at them.
It's true the executive director is a man out of my league. At first I thought he was just being considerate. But now, I can't hold back how much I like him. Nishikura-san, I don't have a shred of lingering attachment to you. Please be happy. And Kurosawa-san, if you want something I no longer need, be my guest and take him.
What?
It was the first time I'd heard Natsu speak with that kind of bite, and I fell for her even more.
Acting all high and mighty? He only became an executive because he's kin to some rich family's heir.
Even if those slurs never reached my ears, his immediately did, and he scooped them up.
My, you really can't judge people, can you?
Mr. President, why are you here?
Oh, I thought Kosuke was doing something entertaining, so I came to watch.
He just drifted in from who knows where to spectate from on high. What a personality.
So, some rich family's heir? Was that meant for me? Because he's my relative, huh? That's funny.
President Samekawa is the second son of the Samekawa conglomerate. I'm related to the Samekawa family. President Hayato is my cousin. President Hayato's father is the head of the conglomerate, and his sister married into the illustrious Fujikawa family, where I was born. In other words, the rich family he means is the Samekawa conglomerate, the mega conglomerate that throws its weight around in love koi.
You work for us and didn't know? When Executive Director Fujikawa was CEO for South America, he brought us massive profits. Our conglomerate doesn't have that main house-branch house feud nonsense. Kosuke is like a beloved little brother to me. That's why I've watched him more closely than anyone. Kosuke's father is sharp and deeply versed in statecraft. Seeing his father, Kosuke put in the work himself. I believe his current position is something he won by his own effort.
In my third year, the Patriarch summoned me and assigned me a major project in South America directly. He told me in a gravely voice there'd be no favoritism just because I'm his nephew, so deliver results. The memory is vivid.
So then, just how valuable do you two think you are?
His eyes didn't smile. Even they had to recognize they had truly angered him.
I despise more than anything women who put down others just to puff themselves up. And let's see, small men who force their ideas onto women to feel superior too. Why, we are so sorry.
He once brought the hammer down on a family that belittled his beloved wife for years. That's why he loathes such people to the core. If they've made not only the executive director, but also the president their enemy, no one in the company will side with them anymore.
Your sales results have been failing lately, too. Time to hand back that ace title, isn't it? Now you see your performance depended on the support around you, right?
Damn, so it wasn't just me. Only now does Nishikura Tsutomu realize how much support he had. As for Kurosawa Manaka, after a post-breakup scene from hell, they split. They're the butt of jokes around the office. And then...
Hayase-san, congratulations on your assignment to a generalist track. Executive Director Fujikawa's recommendation helped, but it's your own ability. You work so hard. Thank you. It's thanks to everyone cheering me on. No way. Junior college grad, transferring to a generalist role seized by merit. She actually became the president.
Kurosawa Manaka, who'd rested on her graduate school laurels and grown complacent, couldn't bear to see the leap of the woman she'd looked down on. Afraid of certainly being surpassed, she resigned of her own accord. The result of total defeat was etched in her heart.
I had no idea you'd been recommending me all this time. Thank you.
No, the company's structure took work to overturn. My recommendation alone couldn't change it. Back when I was CEO in South America, I was saved by the careful, rapid work of rookie you, Hayase. Ever since, I've pushed at the board for you as a talent essential to overseas business. So, this isn't because I recommended you. It's the fruit of your years of blood-stained effort. Hold your head high and report to your father. Oh, and one more thing. I'd like to go greet your father and ask for your hand. Is that all right?
Yes, he'll definitely cry with joy.
There's no arguing that titles indicate what a person is. But whether you have a title or not, it's also true that some people own themselves and push forward single-mindedly. People are profoundly deep. Unless you step in, you may never know what someone is truly like. And with Natsu, I'm sure I can keep climbing to ever greater heights of happiness.